This segment of the BW Radio Show is brought to you guys by Itasha Coffee Company. If you are a fan of coffee flavors, trust me, folks, Itasha Coffee is the coffee company for you, folks. Whether you folks are looking for a taste that's smooth and lavender, or you're looking for a chocolatey flavor, or you're looking for something to get you up and going in the morning and get you guys ready for your awesome day of gaming, or you guys are looking to just get some coffee to start your day off right, Itasha Coffee Company is the coffee company for you. If your coffee sponsor doesn't have an esports racing team, what the hell are you doing with the current coffee company to get you guys up and moving in the morning? Check out ItashaCoffeeCompany.com today and find out how you guys can use the code the BW Radio Network. That's the BW Radio Network at checkout for 5% off your order today. All right. Sound guy, I need you to do me a favor. Kill the music. I need you to play this specific sound bite for me, please. Because this is very important. Play the sound bite for me, if you would.
Off the mark, Anunoby the rebound. It's over. It's over. Knicks fans, this is not a dream. Your long, long wait has ended. Go ahead and cry. After 53 years, the Knicks are finally NBA champions once again.
That's right, New York Knicks fans. After 53 years, you can officially call yourselves the NBA champions. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the BW Radio Show. I'm your host, Brandon Nutting. We are here live with you folks this morning, live on YouTube. How's everyone doing this morning? As folks, what a time to be a sports fan, especially after a crazy weekend in sports. We have a lot to go over. Whether we're talking about the NBA Finals and crowning new NBA champions, the Stanley Cup Finals, seeing the Stanley Cup trophy raised, whether we're talking about the World Cup, it has been a crazy, crazy, crazy week in the world of sports, and we are happy to be here with you folks to talk about that crazy week. As we have a lot of news to go over, a lot of sports to go over, and of course we're starting right there with the NBA Finals. And of course we're talking about the New York Knicks are officially the NBA champions after 53 years. Knicks fans can say that they are officially world champions. And we are live this morning. And I gotta tell you, it's a very weird feeling being live this morning, you know, having a lot of New York teams on the back, and instead of having the Knicks, you guys see that we have the Miami Heat. Reason being is because growing up, we were Knicks fans, believe it or not. We actually were huge Knicks fans back in the day before Dwayne Wade and Shaquille O'Neal got together, and then of course we started cheering for Miami, and then the Big Three formed, and our heart belonged to the Miami Heat with back-to-back titles. But folks, I gotta tell you something. There is something thrilling about witnessing history. And we're gonna go over that entire game. The game took place in San Antonio. Game 5. Must-win situation for the San Antonio Spurs to keep themselves in the hunt for the NBA title. Of course, the referees for the game were, of course, the series extenders, and unfortunately they couldn't extend the series as Knicks fans were down by 10 points to start off the game. They actually were down big. However, they relied on a impactful second quarter before heading into half, where they completely kept this game close. Jalen Brunson, 45 points. Josh Hart, 11 rebounds. Bridges, 4 assists. Would out-battle Harper with 25, Wembanyama with 14, and Fox with 5. As the New York Knicks are officially the NBA champions for the first time in 53 years. It took the Knicks 53 years to win the NBA title. And I got to tell you something. There's something very thrilling being a New Yorker and seeing your city celebrate with Empire State of Mind playing and Frank Sinatra's New York playing in the background. There's something thrilling that makes you feel proud of being where you are, especially when you bring home the NBA championship. And you got to give credit where it's due. The New York Knicks came into the series. No one had them winning. In every single one of their games, they were the underdog. They were not the top pick. San Antonio was favored in all the games. The Knicks said, "Screw that. We're gonna win it." And we're gonna talk about the long playoff run that the New York Knicks have had, and we're gonna start where it all began, which was this season, because this season was a lot of questions that needed to be answered by the New York Knicks, a team that a lot of people had under the radar, as a lot of teams were eyeing such teams as the Lakers and the Celtics were definitely on the radar considering the Jason Tatum injury. Many people were keeping an eye on the Detroit Pistons having themselves a fantastic season. Many people were keeping their eyes on different trades that were happening all over the place, seeing who was going where, the young rookie talents that brought us to the season. And believe it or not, this little rivalry here between the Knicks and San Antonio started with the NBA Cup, which I thought was the most interesting part about this whole thing. The Knicks and the Spurs met in the NBA Cup, the season playoff, the regular season, in the playoff. And the Knicks won it against San Antonio. Now we jump ahead. Let's jump ahead. Let's jump forward to the regular playoffs, the playoffs that we all know. The Knicks would obviously become the 3 seed. Celtics would become the 2 seed. Detroit would be the number 1 seed. The Knicks took on the Atlanta Hawks. They would go down 2-0 in the series, would battle back and win it 4-2. The Knicks would advance to take on the surprisingly upsets, which is the 76ers taking down the Celtics. The Knicks would get a sweep in that season series. Then they would have to battle against a team that forced a game 7 against the number 1 seed in the Cavaliers. Many people thought this was going to be a thrilling series. The Knicks said pretty much, "Screw you and your thrilling series. We're going to sweep you here." And now we collide with the San Antonio Spurs. The Knicks were not favorited in this series. A lot of people said, including myself, said that the West was a powerhouse when it came to the playoffs. The Knicks would battle in every single game. They would start down in each of their games and would battle back to win it, including a thrilling game 4 that we were not expecting to happen, with the surprising outcome that took place there. And finally, we get to game 5, where the Knicks have officially been crowned the champions. And of course, we all seen the celebrations, from the riots to people, stomping out cars. But I want to talk about the fans that actually celebrated the damn thing, not acted like they were, like they were almighty and that they could destroy shit. I want to give credit to those fans that actually celebrated the team winning the championship and got to enjoy it for the first time. And I'm talking about some of the older fans, the fans that said, "Hey, I was alive and I was a child the last time the Knicks did something. Now I have grandkids and all this, and now I finally watched my team win the NBA championship." The surprising stat that got handed to me this morning by of course one of our guys, Dan. New York sports has not seen a NBA championship in years. However, out of the four major sports, the last time New York won a championship was the New York Giants championship when they defeated the New England Patriots for the second time. That was the last time we seen a championship in New York. And a lot of people are shocked. I'm sitting here still in shock as to what I've seen because, to be honest with you, I was not expecting what took place to happen. I think a lot of us on the card did not have the New York Knicks becoming the champions. You can sit there and say, radio, you're wrong all day and you don't know what the hell you're talking about and blah, 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 blah. But I think we all had that expectation in the back of our head that the Giant, like the Knicks weren't gonna do it. Like, come on, like it's just been years of upset and everything else. And anyone that says, "Oh, I believed in the Knicks the whole time," you're so full of shit. And I'm only saying you're full of shit because if you really believed in your team the whole time, how come you didn't cheer him the whole time? That's my point. Like I'm not trying to slam fans here, but just to see all of the Knicks fans come out of hiding and say, "Oh yeah, I've been cheering on this team the whole season." Don't lie to me. Don't be full of shit. Okay? Even I know that you're full of shit. I would rather you just be honest and say, look, none of us had the New York Knicks winning the NBA title. None of us did. No one did. No one can sit here and say at the beginning of the season, our pick was the New York Knicks. If you sat there and told me that the Knicks were going to win the championship, I would have said, you're so full of shit, it's not even funny. You are. You're so full of shit, it's not even funny. And I love it. I love how everyone is now on their fucking pedestal saying, hey, we are champions. And you got to give credit to the real fans out there like Spike. He's been waiting on this team to fucking win a title for years. I think he deserves a championship ring. I don't care what anyone says. Patrick Ewing definitely deserves one. Many people were bringing up, did Carmelo Anthony deserve a championship ring? And I'm like, I don't think Melo wants the ring like that. I think Melo wanted a championship ring that he actually won. Unfortunately, he didn't. So, what was handed to me this morning was the last time a New York sports title win happened, and it's days since then. Okay, so we're going based on what we have here. Okay, it's been 3 days since the Knicks have won a championship. 3 days. It has been 607 days since the New York Liberty have brought home the WNBA title. It has been 5,247 days since the New York Giants have brought home a Super Bowl. It has been 6,070 days since the New York Yankees have won the World Series. It has been 11,600 and 92 days since the Rangers have won the Stanley Cup. It has been 14,479 days since the Mets have won the World Series. It has been 15,281 days since the Islanders have won the Stanley Cup. Here's the two that are not going to surprise anyone here. It has been 20,976 days since the Jets have won the Super Bowl. The Brooklyn Nets have never won a championship, so they are currently at 0 days. They have none. They're at never. So New York has been seeking a title ever since then. And of course, for those of you that were wondering, well, what were the Knicks at had they not won the championship? And from what we have here, I don't have the days. I have the years. Unfortunately, I don't have the number of days for Knicks. But you got to think, like, when you're sitting there, right? It's kind of insane to look back at history like this. And, we're going to look back at the history of the Knicks and, just the incredible teams that they had. And they never brought home a championship. Like, the New York Knicks have not won a championship in so long that they went through so many head coaches and through so many different teams, Like, it's insane. That I don't even know where to start. I really don't know where to start in terms of talking about New York bringing home a championship. It's insane. So, what more can we say other than congratulations to the Knicks? Congratulations to Jalen Brunson, a guy who has been dissed by the media, including ourselves. We even said, the trade Jalen Brunson to the Knicks, we thought that was the most questionable move that the Knicks could do, and now it's resulted in the Knicks winning a championship with him carrying the torch and him being the finals MVP. But there's one guy that I do want to congratulate more than anyone, and that's Karl Anthony Towns. A guy who's been through so much pain and heartbreak with the loss of his mother. To bring home the title and do it for his family and do it in such a big way, you got to show nothing but respect to Karl Anthony Towns. Now, unlike other New York fans, and unlike other people that want to sit there and say, oh, fuck the Spurs are cheaters, the Spurs were floppers, they learned from OKC. How about you guys actually just show credit and be respectful goddamn sports fans? Because that's the part that pisses me off more than anything. Right? Like we're here to talk sports. We love talking sports. It's our favorite thing to do. But what pisses me off, right, is like these sports fans sit there and say, oh, fuck the Spurs because they were flopping all over the place and this and that and the other. Spurs are nothing but cheaters, this and that. Okay. You guys were all cheering when the Spurs eliminated OKC. We were sitting here saying it was going to be a good series with San Antonio and the Knicks. To sit there and show blatant disrespect to the Spurs, including attacking Spurs fans. Don't worry, we heard about one story. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But to show just blatant disrespect, I mean, that just gives us such a bad image as New Yorkers. It does. You can't sit there and say that you're proud to be a New Yorker by attacking fans and, it's called being some goddamn respectful fans and actually, showing appreciation for the team that you played against and saying, hey, we played a good series against you. You guys are a great team that'll be back here. Don't put yourselves down. You got to be respectful. You got to be like, hey, you guys put up one hell of a fight. It was a good series. Thank you for making it a very interesting one. Thank you for making it one of the best that fans have seen in a while. And, you got to be respectful, and that's why I don't like certain fans. Like, and you want to know what? I'm going to call out a certain group of fans right now. I'm going to call out a certain group of fans. There is a guy who streams WWE content who has a Discord server. And I'm not going to name the Discord server, but I was watching and replying to fans that were celebrating their championship, and immediately they said, fuck Wembanyama, he's a dirty, rotten cheater, this, that, and the other. And it's like, are you serious right now? Like, you're gonna kick the guy while he's down. Like, his team just blew the biggest series of their lives, and you're gonna kick the guy while he's down. And you think that's the respectful thing to do. And yet these fans are sitting here pretty much acting like the biggest assholes of all time. Now look, I'm not going to call you out by name, but you know who you are. You know who you are. We had back and forth pretty much the whole night, and I was reading what they were saying. You would think that being a champion means that you would be gracious enough to say, hey, even though some calls didn't go our way and this, that, and the other, I still want to thank you for an interesting series. I still want to thank you for making it a very thrilling series. I still want to thank you for, helping us win our first championship in 23 years. You guys are the reason for that, and it was a great game. And then you become total assholes and start calling the guy a cheater, calling him this and that, saying how he should get beaten up, saying how he should never win a title. Look, I wasn't a fan of Wemby. I will admit that. Okay, when people started quoting him as the next LeBron James, that I cannot agree with that opinion, and I will never agree with that. And my opinion was right about the guy. That in my opinion, he was kind of a bust. And the reason that I say that is because I don't understand how you have all the momentum and then you crash and burn in the NBA Finals. But going back to these fans, here's what's pissing me off, okay? I would rather be respectful to the guy who gave us a great game, who went out and showed us a great game. And if we really want to go there, and we really just want to be assholes, and say, oh, it's all Wemby's fault. No, it was the whole entire Spurs organization that failed. You can't sit there and blame the Spurs losing the championship on Wembanyama, when in fact it was the whole team that crashed and burned. The whole team did. You can't sit there and say, oh, it's Wemby's fault that they lost the championship. No, it wasn't Wemby's fault. The entire Spurs team completely collapsed on itself. And it's true. And you want, no offense, the New York Knicks, I mean, yes, they are a very talented squad, but they also had a little bit of a size advantage going up against those guys. And, I've seen a lot of people saying, oh, Fox needs to be fired, and Fox should never play in the NBA again. Dude, how about you guys just be some goddamn respectful sports fans? This is what pisses me off as a sports fan, right? I'm gracious to know if my team wins that I gotta be like, look, it was a hard-fought battle. I'm going to be respectful to my opponent. You either were the better team or we were the better team. It doesn't matter. Thank you for a great series. Thank you for a great game. And we'll see you guys again next season. That, to me, is a respectful sports fan. To sit there and just go out there and say, oh, Wemby doesn't deserve to ever be NBA champion. To sit there and say, oh, the Spurs are complete and total jokes, this and that. Guys, the amount of pressure to participate in the NBA Finals is insane because you're chasing a dream that many people don't get to realize and chase. I understand you won your championship after 53 years, but dude, if you're going to act like dicks about it, then there's no reason that you should be celebrating it. And most importantly, you say, my team, my team. Okay, if they're your team, what have you contributed to that fucking team? Are you an owner? Do you have ownership in it? Like, I could sit here and say the Giants are my team because of how much money I invested going to games and shit. Like, my heart and soul has been with the Giants. My heart and soul has been with Syracuse. Trust me, I dropped some money in the dome. But I don't know. Like, sports fans are just so fucking confusing to me. And honestly, it drives me nuts and pisses me off when I see, oh, well, they almost did it. Oh, Wemby doesn't deserve to win. Oh, Wemby's a fucking cheater and a liar, and he deserves nothing but the worst. Yes, because Wemby's the one with the whistle, and Wemby's the one controlling what the refs call and all this. Yeah. Grow up. Look, I yell at the refs for a very legit reason. If I see a call that's not called, yes, I will yell like there is no tomorrow, because the call should be called. But if you're just going to act like a dick, and yes, I'm saying it now, if you're going to act like a dick, then honestly, you don't deserve to celebrate the championship. That's my opinion. It's called show some goddamn respect and be respectful of the teams that played in the NBA Finals. Be respectful of the teams that fought and got there. And by the way, you fuckers were cheering on San Antonio to eliminate OKC. So let me ask you something. If OKC was playing in the NBA Finals, do you think the Knicks would have won it then? Because let me go ahead and answer that for you. That's a big fat whopping no. We all know SGA would have lit up the Knicks. Don't even try. Don't even try. We have facts that support that theory. But look, we spent 35 minutes on the Knicks. Look, congratulations to New York. I'm happy that my home state won. Now that the NBA season is over, we have the long off season. With many questions of what will happen next season. Will the Spurs seek redemption? Will Luka get revenge for not being voted MVP? Will the Timberwolves coming in with a fresh new look help them? Will the Trailblazers and their new head coach rebuild the franchise? Will the Knicks go back-to-back? Will the Pistons be back at peak form and seek revenge? So many questions to answer next season. But again, that's next season. For now, New York, celebrate, you are champions once again. And now we can move on to the other team that got a victory, and we have audio clip from that, if you would please.
The Carolina Hurricanes have won the Stanley Cup for the second time.
God damn, how long is the audio clip? We only needed like the last few minutes of that audio. Can you pull that back up? Like, just give me those last few seconds. That's all I was curious about. I wasn't curious about the whole damn thing. Oh, you have it from 14? All right, yeah, play it.
Hurricanes are one of the best teams in the regular season and a brilliant playoff performance. And they're going to clinch it appropriately with a total team effort and a shutout. The Carolina Hurricanes have won the Stanley Cup for the second time.
And there you have it, folks. The Carolina Hurricanes are your Stanley Cup champions for the second time in franchise history, and of course, the first time in 20 years that the Hurricanes are raising Lord Stanley, with a very impressive playoff performance by them, of course. I got to tell you something. The Carolina Hurricanes were just all around the best team this season, and you can't sit there and tell me that they were not the team that was going to raise the Stanley. I got to tell you something. Looking at this team, it just made perfect sense. The cards were all there. Carolina was the best team overall in NHL this season. They were right up there with the Colorado Avalanche. They went into playoffs. Carolina said, let's show no mercy. The first two series of their playoffs, they swept the Senators and they swept the Philadelphia Flyers. They would go up against a Canadiens team that had a hard-fought battle against Buffalo before dominating them in a 4-1 series, and then they would go to take on Vegas, winning it in Game 6 to become Stanley Cup champions. And I gotta tell you something. This team right here to win the Stanley Cup has to be the most impressive team I've seen in a while. I didn't think anyone was really going to beat this team. I think Carolina had so much heart, so much determination, and so much poise that them raising Lord Stanley just made the most sense. I mean, they just did everything right, including Jordan Stahl, who, in my opinion, should have been the MVP. Who I think he was the MVP. Uh, I mean, it was just such a moment to see him raise Lord Stanley, and seeing Ellers raise Lord Stanley. It was an incredible feeling to see, and you can admit that you got to admit that they were just the better team overall in NHL hockey this season. Even though I'm pretty sure all of us were sitting here saying, listen, you can have an impressive season and it all matters what you do in the playoffs. Well, Carolina said, well, let me show you what the fuck we can do in the playoffs. And they tore through the competition to raise Lord Stanley himself. And if a team is ever more deserving of raising Lord Stanley, it definitely was Carolina with the way that they played hockey. They were just the toughest team overall in terms of becoming Stanley Cup champions, because you had to try and figure out their defense. Really, no teams could really figure out Carolina's defense. Even though they lost 2 games, I think that those 2 games that they lost, I think it was more of a, hey, let's bounce back and really wake up here. But looking at what Carolina did, you got to think that that's an amazing, amazing thing, considering the fact that Carolina just said, hey, I'm looking at the competition right now, and we stomped them out. Like, we put our hockey skates right on their necks, and we said, all right, enough of you, and we slashed right through them. I mean, it's just incredible. It's incredible. To say the least, it's incredible. I don't think we're going to see another performance like that in the playoffs for a while. I think just based off what we've seen. And of course, a lot of questions were asked about the Golden Knights, whether their head coach is coming back. And, I think he said that he was leaning towards coming back. He says he's going to leave the door open for a Vegas return. You got to give credit to Vegas. They didn't have the easiest road to the playoffs either. Considering the fact that they had to go through the Mammoths, and they had to go through the Ducks, and they had to go through they swept the Avalanche, like the heavy favorites. I think that was the shocker of the whole playoffs. But overall, when it comes to these two playoffs, very amazing, in my opinion. I think both the Knicks and Carolina were the champions, and they deserve their moments, whether it's on the ice or on the court. All I can say is to sports fans, this is my overall opinion of you. Just show respect. show respect. If you're the winners, be respectful. Say, hey, you know what? Your team did good. We came out the victors in the end, but your team did good. Let's show you respect. If you're the losers, just say, hey, you guys did all right. Sorry you guys didn't get it done. Sorry we couldn't get it done. But hey, we'll look forward to next season. Just be respectful. That's all you gotta do. What? Yeah, no, I'm gonna talk about that, Dan. Just chill. Because we're gonna do it here in a minute. Yeah, you're a pain in the ass. Sorry, I got a guy yapping in my ear about how he's excited for the next segment that we're gonna be doing after the commercial break because he wants me to test my basketball knowledge. And I want him to understand that we're talking World Cup soccer when we come back from break. First, before we attempt this shit. And yes, we are going to talk World Cup soccer. And I'm going to see if any of our experts are up and awake to talk about any of the matchups, including the shocking matchup between Spain and Cape Verde. Again, I'm just going to call them Cape. Considering the fact that their goalkeeper had one of the most impressive performances against Spain. It was insane. It was definitely historic. It was definitely an eye-catching thing. But a lot of ties yesterday, a lot of people were saying. Belgium and Egypt went into a tie. I mean, we're going to talk all about it coming up, all right? Including today's matchups in the World Cup and how it's going to be insane. And, of course, how we got sent a clip that I think is the funniest clip of all time as apparent. Well, we'll talk about it when we come back, all right? So stay live right here on BW Radio, the number one Syracuse Sports Radio right here on YouTube. This segment of BW... Wow, we really can't talk. This segment of BW Radio is brought to you guys by our friends at Fanatics.com. Folks, make sure you check out Fanatics.com. The New York Knicks and Carolina Hurricanes are your champions. Make sure you folks get championship merch at Fanatics.com and get awesome deals on shipping and great prices. Make sure you folks check out their other sports leagues, whether you guys are fans of the NFL, MLB, NCAA, MLS, WWE, WNBA, and more. Whether you guys are cheering on your teams in the World Cup, cheering on your teams in Major League Baseball, or cheering on your teams wherever, make sure you folks check it out at Fanatics.com. Get the latest merch, whether you guys are getting jerseys, hats, merchandise, and so much. You guys can also get great deals on your favorite teams by downloading the new Fanatics app and start earning fan cash today that you guys can use towards future purchases at Fanatics.com. So check it out on Google Store or Apple Play. What is it? Jesus Christ, we can't talk. Make sure you folks check it out by downloading it on the Apple Store or Google Play today. We really can't talk. You ever notice that, Dan? Especially when you're yapping in my ear the whole fucking time. I don't care. I want to talk World Cup. All right, we're talking World Cup right now. I'm going to message some people, see if we can get them in here. I want to get my World Cup people. I want to see if Liam or let me message them actually. Liam or Aled want to talk World Cup. Yeah, let me see if any of those dorks are awake. I just want to see if any of them are awake. Because they're probably busy. But we'll talk about as much as we can with the information that we have. At least we're gonna try. Um, Actually, we might have someone here. Okay, hold on. All right. Hold on. This is gonna be funny. All right. All right. So we actually do have someone that can talk World Cup with us. This is gonna be just whatever. No, it don't matter. Just join. God damn. He likes to make my life complicated. You guys ever notice that? All right. All right, so we are live this morning. So we do have someone that actually wants to talk World Cup. You guys this is a new person on our show. We never had this person on the show before. If you know this guy, I don't know where the hell you would know him from, but ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. CMW.
Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Hello radio. Good morning.
Good morning. So we're talking World Cup
Yes.
and what took place yesterday, and of course we're starting with the matchup between the heavily favorited Spain
Yep.
and Cape here.
Yes, sir.
And I gotta ask, did you watch the game? I'm
Yes,
hoping
sir.
you did.
I did. Yeah.
All right, so go through what happened here because as far as I knew, Spain was the powerhouse here,
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
got outshined by a goalkeeper who
Yes.
apparently now has 5 million followers on his
Yeah. I believe it's like
socials.
6 million now, which is crazy.
Oh Jesus.
Before the game, he had 50K. So I mean, yeah, it's insane. I mean, when the fixtures got announced, everyone saw Spain versus Cape Verde. I think automatically everyone thought, all right, Spain, like 5, 6 goals. And even in the build up to the game, everyone thought Spain were going to absolutely cruise. You know, people have Spain as the favourites to win the tournament, which deservedly so. They won the Euros 2 years ago. They've got an incredible squad. They've got some of the best players in the world. And you look at Cape Verde, I think they've only got a population of a couple thousand people. Um, you know, the Spain squad combined are worth like probably like $1 billion, and Cape Verde are about like $7 million together in terms of like value of players. And I think that game epitomizes what the World Cup is about because everyone thought Spain would destroy Cape Verde, but Cape Verde just played an incredible defensive performance. And the star of the show was obviously the goalkeeper. He's 40 years old, first ever World Cup, and he puts on a performance, making it some incredible saves, denying some of the best attackers in world football. And to keep a clean sheet against Spain is crazy. It's crazy, and it shows you what the World Cup is about. Like to get a point in your debut game, that's something special. And everyone is liking it. Like last World Cup, we saw Saudi Arabia beat Argentina in their first World Cup game, and Argentina went on to win the tournament. So it'll be a wake up call for Spain. And we'll see what Cape Verde can do with that momentum because that game will give them a lot of confidence. The fact that they held Spain to 0 goals, that will give them a lot of confidence.
Now, here's the most interesting part to me is when we were looking at the teams that were the heavy favorites. This was
Yeah,
no joke. Spain was at the very top
yeah,
as the
yeah,
biggest favorite to win, and It shocked a lot of people because there were a lot of
Definitely,
interesting games yesterday. A lot of the
hundred
games, I
percent.
mean, it says here that every game actually went to,
A draw, right?
yeah, Belgium and
Yeah,
Egypt went to 1-1.
yeah,
Saudi
yeah,
Arabia and Uruguay went 1-1. Iran and New Zealand went
yeah,
2-2.
yeah. I just think like it shows you like, especially in Europe, like you'd expect the European teams. You know, the European teams are tend to be the powerhouses of football, and everyone expects them to get their wins. But it just shows you like these countries like Saudi Arabia, Cape Verde, even Egypt. You know, you can't underestimate teams like this because they play really solid defensive football and they can hurt you. In like in football and in any sport, like if you don't take your chances, you will get punished. And you can't in a World Cup, you can't underestimate these teams. Anything can happen. Um, you know, we saw Belgium. Belgium sort of, you know, in the last couple of years, they had their golden generation and they never managed to win anything. And they're going through like a rebuilding phase.
Hmm.
And Egypt, quality performance. Like they really looked up for it. I mean, you saw Brazil a couple of days ago against Morocco. Brazil very lucky to get a draw in that game. Morocco were playing excellent. So we're seeing these sort of larger teams come into the World Cup and they're drawing games and they're dropping points to teams. You know, we saw the Netherlands, Japan. People expected the Netherlands to win. Japan got a draw out of that game. So, you know, it's just you can't underestimate teams in the World Cup. Anything can happen.
So CMW, looking at today's games,
Yes.
we're seeing some very interesting teams today, including France,
Yeah.
Norway,
Yeah.
Argentina.
Yeah.
What is your prediction in those matchups? Because we're starting off the day, of course, with France versus Senegal,
Yeah.
and you would think that France is probably looking at what happened to Spain and is saying we
Mhm.
don't want that to happen.
Yeah, definitely. And Senegal are extremely tough opponents. They've got very, very, very good players, and I think is some people think France will blow Senegal away, and I don't blame them because France are just incredibly stacked. But I think it'll be quite close. I think it'll be like maybe 2-1. It'll be very close, in my opinion. But again, like I say, France could just blow them away with the star power they have. But it will be a very close game, I think. Senegal have some great defensive players. They've got dangerous offensive players as well. They've got a balanced team. So yeah, it's all to play for really. And in the later game, you got Norway against Iraq again. Everyone's expecting Norway to win. They've got Haaland, you know, one of the best strikers in the world. They've got a great team around him as well. Again, and a team like Iraq could put on a great defensive performance, hold Norway to minimal chances, a draw. You know, it's always on. Again, Argentina are on later. I actually don't know who they're playing.
They're
Uh,
facing against Algeria.
Algeria. Oh, that's going to be tough as well. Algeria are quite decent as well. So yeah, I mean, all these teams, these big teams, are expecting them to win, but I wouldn't be surprised if they find it tough, especially in the first game. The first game, you know, you want a point at least. You want to get off to a good start. A loss in the first game really puts you on the back foot for the last two games. So you really want to be getting at least a point in that first game to have a chance. So yeah, I'm
Now,
I'm expecting tight games. I'm not really expecting the big teams to blow away. I think the only two teams that have really blown away their opponents are the USA against Paraguay and Germany against Curacao, which was about 7-1. So that was a big. But I want to say one thing. Like yesterday's game, we saw New Zealand and Iran, and I didn't get to watch this game because it was too late. But a lot of people have been saying that was the best game of the World Cup. And that just shows you how great the World Cup is. Like nobody would have really expected Iran and New Zealand to put on such an amazing game. You'd expect that from the bigger teams. So it just goes to show that you can't really miss a game in the World Cup because you'll never know when a great game will happen.
now, CMW. When it comes to teams that have already played so far, which
Yeah,
team has stood out as shocking to you? Because I mean, yeah, we saw the U.S. win their matchup in a big way.
yeah.
But was there any others that stood out as like, hey, that this team might actually be a big time favorite to win it all?
Hmm. Uh, I really think that we're gonna see some. I really expect Morocco to go far in the tournament. I think they're always, like a team that can have a run. Like last World Cup, we saw them reach the semi-finals in an amazing run. They knocked out the likes of Portugal. You got that famous image of Ronaldo being subbed off and crying in the tunnel. They can go on a run. Japan, as always, they're dangerous. There's a couple of teams that are like dark horses. I think, Canada can do something. Obviously, in their first game, they drew with Qatar 1-1. Again, another case of a team you don't expect to be getting points, putting on a great defensive display and managing to get a draw. So yeah, I think we're looking at some teams that have surprised people. As for the favourites, I mean, you've seen Germany play, but Germany was against Curacao, and I can't really judge Germany based on that game because, you expect them to steamroll a team of that quality. I'm really excited because we've got France in action, we've got Norway in action, Argentina, and then tomorrow we've got two of the teams I really want to do well, Portugal and England playing. So that'll be intriguing to see how those teams do because we've seen a lot of the big names are faltering and stumbling and dropping points already. And those big teams are going to be watching on. They do not want to be, like you say, like a Spain. They do not want to be held and shocked like that. So it's going to be a good 2 days of World Cup action.
I got one more question for you here. Which teams do you think are going to reach the World Cup finals, and who do you see bringing it home?
Which two teams I think I would love either England or Portugal to get to the final. Obviously, I'm English, so I'd love England to get to a World Cup final and hopefully win it. I also really love Portugal. A lot of players I like play for Portugal, most notably Ronaldo. I'd love for Ronaldo to win the World Cup. So those are the two teams that I'm sort of rooting for. I really think, again, France, Spain, you can't really rule out those teams. Argentina as well. Yeah, so those two teams, England and Portugal, who I'm rooting for, but I really could see a lot of teams make it. I think there's a lot of teams capable. I'd love to see an underdog run to get into the finals potentially, because we all love an underdog story. So yeah, that's what I've got.
All right. One last question that's off topic here. Of course, CMW. We known him for a while. He is a diehard Lakers fan, and I gotta ask him this question before we let him go. Lakers expectations for next season. What do you think?
I really think it depends on this off season. I really think if they can, it really depends on what happens with Reeves. I think if Reeves goes, you gotta get like a defensive guard to accompany Luka, and if he stays, I really think you gotta see some roster changes. That bench really needs improvement. I think we all know the Lakers have a great starting five and they can do the business, but it's really that bench that they need to do. After last year, they had a solid season last year, I must say. Before the Luka injuries and all the injuries that happened, they were gonna be third in the West, and obviously they got past Houston without Luka, without Reeves, and then obviously stumbled to OKC. So I'm expecting a good season. I'd like to see them, potentially challenge the top guys in the West. But if I'm being realistic, I think we're going to see something similar again next season.
All right, perfect. All right, CMW. Thank you so much for joining us this
Thanks for
morning.
having me on. Thank you for having me on. Take care.
No problem. Thank you. All right, that of course was a good friend of ours, CMW. Of course, we love having the experts on that can actually know what the heck they're talking about. Like that's my favorite part of the whole show is when we have experts that know what the hell they're talking about. Like I love having Noble on when it comes to talking football. I love having Aled and Liam on when it comes to talking Premier League and soccer. Overall, it's very cool to have different people on the show, especially CMW. CMW was awesome. I gotta say that was probably the best guest performance we had in a while. But no, so of course, like we were talking about today with the World Cup, of course, some major stuff happening. Of course, like we said, the goalkeeper yesterday for Cape, not a well-known guy. He is known now for shocking Spain. and now he has over 6 million followers, according to what we are seeing here, which is insane. Let's see. So, of course, like we said today, folks, the first game on the slate today for the World Cup is France versus Senegal. That game kicks off at 3 p.m. Eastern Time on Fox and Peacock. Then the game immediately following that at 6 p.m., it's going to be Iraq versus Norway. That game is on Fox and Peacock. And then, of course, tonight we get to see the GOAT Messi take on Algeria at I believe it says 9 p.m. On Fox and Peacock tonight. Some major news around the World Cup, of course, like we said, the most shocking results have happened with Team USA getting a big time win, uh, just showing out in their first performance. Of course, a lot of teams haven't performed yet. We're still waiting to see a few teams play here in the World Cup. But of course, we were sent a clip that, in my opinion, is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. That apparently, where was this? When did this happen? Um, So according to what we've seen here, uh, is this real? Is this a joke or is this a bit? Apparently, social media has been blowing up here. From what we've been seeing. Uh, is this real? I'm just trying to make sure that we got all the information here. Um, this is fucking insane. Central American nation, El Salvador, failed to qualify for the 2026 World Cup this summer after being knocked out in the third round of the qualifying stages. However, Central American nation has still been treated for its very own slice of exhilarating World Cup action after a giant inflatable soccer ball broke free amid a storm in the capital city and proceeded to roll its way down the street. There's no fucking way that's real. Oh my god, it is. I didn't think the actual hold on, we gotta get this footage on screen. Find me a way to get this footage on screen. We gotta. It's not footage, it's a picture, but we gotta show this. Oh my god. This is real. Uh according to what we have here. This is a very real thing that a giant inflatable soccer ball proceeded to roll its way down the streets. This is the kind of news that we get handed. What was the other thing that you found in this? That Dan has been sending me all kinds of. Oh my god, there's actual footage. Play it. If cars are hitting that, it's Rocket League. I'm sorry. How can you not? I'm sorry. That's the greatest thing I've seen all day. Like, obviously, that's a problem. Like, obviously, they need to go get that. Like, that's a problem. But what was the other thing you said? Scroll up? Why? Why do you want to scroll up? Check out the cat in the car. What? Cool cat comes in hot. Fans of the World Cup will no doubt already be familiar with the tournament's true breakout star. What the hell does this got to do with a cat? Merlin has become. Wait a minute. A little white duck by the name of What? Is it a duck or a cat? The hell are you talking about? However, Merlin has a new challenger for the throne by a cat named Chester. What's Chester doing? He has his own Formula One race car. Oh my god. Okay. I've now seen everything. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Oh, look at he's get him some water, you fucking asshole. Who's his owner? He needs water for Christ's sakes. Poor little thing. It's thirsty. I mean, that is cool that he's got like his own Formula One race car, but I mean, like, Jesus Christ, man. Even I would get that poor thing some water. What? Can that be considered animal cruelty? No, I don't think so. I think as long as the cat's fine, I think the cat's okay. Like, I think they just need to get the poor thing some fucking water. He'll be alright. He'll be even more alright. So before we started the show, we got handed a piece of news, and I'm kind of curious as to what the hell this piece of news is. So, what the hell are we talking about here? Um, so Brennan Sorby, of course, we gotta switch over to college football. Brennan Sorby of Texas Tech. If you guys don't know the story behind this guy, uh, Sorby was Sorby is a pain in the ass. Here's why. Texas Tech quarterback Brennan Sorby plans to apply for the NFL supplemental draft, a stunning reveal in the saga over his eligibility after he admitted to betting on college sports. Sorby's decision to leave Texas Tech and pursue the NFL marks a about face as he's been granted a temporary injunction by a Texas judge June 8th that appeared to clear the path for him to play for the Red Raiders in 2026. Sorby has been ruled ineligible by the NCAA after it had been discovered that he placed more than 9,000 bets totaling at least $90,000 on professional and college sports over the last 4 years while enrolled at Indiana, Cincinnati, and Texas Tech, including at least 40 wagers involving Indiana football when he was a freshman with the Hoosiers in 2022. A flurry of legal activity over the past week further muddled the path to eligibility. Cody Campbell, chairman of Texas Tech Board of Regents, said in a lengthy statement Monday night that Sorby would not be part of the Texas Tech football team this fall and called the supplemental draft the only viable and fair path for Sorby's future. Campbell said that Texas Tech will not seek the return of any money paid to Sorby through his NIL agreements with the university. I gotta tell you something. How about you guys put in there for college football and of course sports all around? This is just my opinion. If you don't want your fucking athletes gambling, how about put in there that how about you put in there that maybe you shouldn't bet on fucking games with your money while you are an athlete? See, these universities are to blame, man. They gotta have stronger rules when it comes to this. Like if you're paying these guys top money, you know damn well they're gonna spend it in the worst possible ways. Gambling, fast cars, I mean, just all this other shit, right? How about you put in your rules that if you gamble, you lose not only your spot on any teams whatsoever, you also forfeit all the fucking money that you're given. That'll keep these assholes in line. See, I knew that this was going to become a problem the minute you started paying college athletes the same as NFL players. You need to pay college athletes 10 times less, in my opinion. I mean, no offense, these fuckers get scholarships and everything. They don't need millions of dollars to play football or basketball. I mean, come on. Honestly, I hope this guy fails, Brendan Sorley. I'm not even kidding. Look, I understand. He went through all this legal shit to be eligible to play college football again. Went through all this fucking shit just to play college football, and now he's going into the NFL supplemental draft. Like, dude, you went through all that shit just to be like, oh, fuck it. I'm gonna go play football professionally now. Get the fuck out of here. Like, honestly, like, you've got to be the biggest pain in the ass I've ever seen. Like, why would you? Someone's got to help me out here, because clearly I'm not understanding anything here. Why would you pay for lawyers and everything else to get you reinstated back in college football just to say, man, fuck it, we're gonna go play in the NFL now. See ya. Which I guarantee no team's gonna pick him up, because if he was a pain in the ass in college, he's probably gonna be a pain in the ass in the NFL, and we all know how pain in the ass is work in the NFL. Ask Antonio Brown. But I mean, just to go through all that shit, just to now, whatever. This is the reason you shouldn't be paying college athletes. This is the reason for years we said this was a bad idea when it came to college athletes making money. Like, there needs to be a cap. Like, one that's not $1 million, in my opinion. To me, that's just insane. It really is. It really is insane. Like, you shouldn't be paying athletes gigantic amount of money, because this is what ends up happening. They become assholes towards the end, and look what happens. Right, and I think that, I mean, why would you go through all that shit just to say, fuck it, I'm gonna go to the NFL now? Like, he had to go through legal systems just to get reinstated for college football. Do you know how much legal shit costs? Like, that costs more money than fucking just saying, ah, screw it, I'll just go to the NFL. Like, why would you? I kind of want to hear, ESPN's explanation on this. Do we have that? Do we have audio of that? Who's our guy? Always wears the big glasses. Who is it? Pete Thamel, I think it is. Is it Pete? Pete will get us the fucking details. Pete's like the insider for college football. We need him. All right, so this audio clip comes to you, of course, from ESPN Sports Center. We do not own any of the clips. We do not own the copyright to them. However, we're going to play the clip for you. This is, of course, Pete Thamel explaining what the hell is going on with this guy. So, Pete, take it away.
How did he come to this decision? This decision, Trevor, came in the wake of a slew of legal headwinds in recent days. Those included a Big 12 federal filing on Monday morning, with which the league basically asked the federal judge for the authority to invoke its own rules. The Big 12 made very clear today in a statement by its board that they felt like athletes who bet on college sports on their own team should not be able to play college sports. That's a paraphrase. And the NCAA, later in the day, in an appeal of the initial injunction that allowed Sorsby to be eligible, asked for an expedited ruling in that before football season. This flurry of legal headwinds forced Brendan Sorsby's hand a little bit. With the NFL supplemental draft deadline just in 1 week, June 22nd, it became untenable to resolve all these legal issues in that time.
Okay, so from what I got from that was, even the NCAA is now saying, hey, you bet on the team that you play for, you should not be eligible for anything. But yet somehow this guy won a court case. Like, what the fuck am I missing here? Like, wasn't this a big deal back in the day? Like, didn't Pete Rose get in trouble for this shit? I mean, come on. Did we not learn from that? Here, let me make the system very easy for athletes and everyone to understand. Don't be dumb by betting on your own fucking team. Morons. Or better yet, don't bet at all. If you're in a college uniform and you're playing in college, how about you don't bet at all? There's a big fucking idea. How about you wait until you're done with college? Then you can bet. Save up your money, then you can lose it. I mean, Jesus Christ, man. There's a reason I get irritated when I see headlines like this. It drives me fucking nuts. What was the other big thing you wanted me to talk about before break? You said... about the James Harden thing? What James Harden thing? He got arrested? Whoa, 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 whoa. When did that happen? Is that real or is that a bit? It happened 3 days ago. Okay, hold on. Yeah, right here. Cavaliers Harden charged with unlawfully carrying a weapon. Cleveland Cavaliers guard James Harden was arrested early Saturday morning in Houston and has been charged with a misdemeanor unlawful carrying of a weapon. According to Harris County court records, Harden was taken into custody at around 3:41 a.m. when a handgun was observed on the seat of the car he owns. The gun was not holstered and in plain view according to the records. Harden was booked at 4:57 a.m. and later released by paying a $100 bond. His arraignment is scheduled for June 22nd, according to clerk office website. Harden is listed as a Houston resident in the court documents. The Cleveland Cavaliers are aware of the arrest of James Harden this morning and are in the process of gathering information. The Cavaliers released a statement. We are in contact with James and his representation, and we will continue to monitor the developments as they become available. At this time, we will have no further comments. Representatives for Harden declined to comment. Harden is potentially going to be a free agent at the end of the month. He has $42 million player option decision to make by June 29th, but only $13.3 million is guaranteed. James, what the fuck? What the fuck, man? You went from being in the playoffs to getting arrested. You were in the Eastern Conference Finals. Dude, what is going on with athletes nowadays, man? Like, they like to live wild and free and just be all over the fucking place, and it's nuts. It's absolutely insane. How about you guys just keep your fucking heads low, because you guys are athletes? Drives me nuts. Fucking irritating. Alright, we need a commercial break, because we're going to do something fun when we come back from the commercial break. Yes, we're going to do Around the Diamond. We're going to check on the Yankees and the Mets, including the Mets getting slaughtered last night. Don't you worry about that. We're going to talk about the slaughtering of the Mets and how we might as well just give up on that franchise. And then we're going to do this 82-0 challenge that apparently my guys really want me to do to test my basketball knowledge. And they've asked me if I've seen any clips or if I've seen anyone do this, and my answer is no. I don't even know what the hell this is. They already have the website pulled up for me. But we need a break. So let's take a commercial break. We'll come back. We'll do the 82-0 challenge. But my guys need to relax back there because they're already freaking out that I'm not going to get 82-0. We'll see. Cocky bastards. All right, we'll be right back. This has been BWN Radio, the #1 Syracuse Sports Radio, right here on YouTube. This segment of the Beat Down Radio Show is brought to you guys by our friends at Vivid Seats. Folks, get the best tickets for any event that you're going to, whether you guys are attending the World Cup, whether you guys are going to your favorite MLB teams, or whether you guys are going to your favorite sporting event concerts this season. Make sure folks get the best deals and the best tickets all around at vividseats.com. Make sure folks check it out in the links below. Make sure folks check out Vivid Seats and get the best deals. That way you folks won't miss anything. You guys can download the Vivid Seats app from the App Store or Google Play today, or check it out at vividseats.com. We were talking during that break, and the funniest thing popped up for us is do we just want to say screw around the diamond, considering the fact that we know the outcome, and let's just spend the next few minutes doing this 82-0 challenge? And I told them no. We cover all the sports here. At least we try to. And the one thing that one guy yelled at me, Dan yelled at me and he said, and I quote, "Didn't the Mets get slaughtered? And you say we cover all the sports. How come we don't talk Formula One and WNBA as much as we do these things?" And my response to that is, and he goes, "Why didn't we talk about the UFL and golf?" And I said, and my response to that is, let's just do the fucking 82-0 challenge. He's got a point. All right, so these guys are testing my basketball knowledge, and apparently I don't like my knowledge being tested. What the hell? All right, yeah, let's lower this fucking thing. All right, so according to these guys, we are trying to build an 82-0 basketball team. They've told me that this is the most difficult challenge. They said, "Radio, we want you to put your knowledge of basketball to the test. So show us what you can do here." So I said, okay, let's test our basketball knowledge with the 82-0 challenge and how badly we could fuck this up. So they're telling me I need to do classic mode. They want me to try IQ mode, but they want me to do classic mode first. Okay. So what do? So they're telling me that this is going to spin. It's going to land on an NBA team in the era, and I need to build an 82-0 team from the players here. I can't sub or move anyone around. All right, let's do it. Let's see what we get. Philadelphia in the 2010s. Ooh. You had Butler. You had Joel Embiid. You had the former Syracuse guy and Michael Carter-Williams there. You had Ben Simmons. Yeah, I think you go Embiid here, but he's a center. You had Allen Iverson. Have the elite guard. But he didn't really do shit for the 76ers. Well, at least in the 2010s. He was elite in the 90s. Yeah, I think you got to go Embiid here, unfortunately. Just based on the stats alone, you got to go Embiid. The Raptors in the 2020s. Was this before? Because I was gonna say, where's Kawhi? And then I was like, oh wait a minute, he left to go to the Clippers that time. I mean, we could go Siakam. Yeah, let's go Siakam. Why not? I would think Boston in the 10s. Okay. You have a lot of players here. I mean, you go Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, Jason Tatum. Isaiah Thomas is one of the big ones. But you got Ray Allen, a three-point machine, just sitting there. I'll go with Isaiah Thomas, and I'm going to put him at the shooting guard. Why not? I mean, if we're going based off stats, you would think. Oh, here you got to go with Lillard if he's available. Is Lillard not on here? Let me do the one respin. Let me do the team. Show me the team at least. The Spurs? Ooh, okay. I mean, Tony Parker. Obviously. And then Houston in the 10s. Respin for the era, because I want to see if we get... No, we didn't get a good era. Okay, yeah, let's go with Rudy. Really? How does that... Okay. You mean to tell me that two elite guards... I mean, I could see him being the reason that we choke it there, but I mean, Jesus Christ. You want to go? Yeah, we can go again. Let's go again. Screw it. Atlanta in the 90s. I mean, is there even a fucking question here? That's Dominique Wilkins, small forward. I mean, come on. That's not even a question. Boston in the 60s. Ooh. I mean, Bill Russell. I mean, that's just pure knowledge there. Bill Russell. All right, let's see what we get. Memphis in the 10s. I mean, you have Zach Randolph. Got Rudy Gay, Mike Conley. These are some names that I grew up on. Lance Stevenson. Tyreek Evans, though. Can you respin the team? Denver in the 10s. Well, I mean, come on. My boy's at the very top. Melo at that power forward position. Come on. I feel like already we have a dominant team here. Atlanta in the 20s. I mean, Trae Young. I feel like that's pretty obvious. Utah in the 80s? Can we get... Yeah, can we do that again? Hopefully it's closer to 90s. Go Jeff Hornack, Malone. Yeah, let's go with him. Why not? Okay, so not bad. Definitely an improvement. Definitely an improvement from last time. You want to do one more and then we'll do the IQ one? All right. All right, here we go. Boston in the 70s. Ooh. Spin the era. Keep Boston, but spin the era. I mean, come on. Come on. The Bird. We should already be winning right now. The Bird. Charlotte in the 20s. Ooh. Respin that bitch. I need to respin the team. Cleveland in the I mean, come on. Come on. We're already winning. It's already over. Actually, wait a minute. Can I move him? Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Look at we're already winning. Houston in the 20s. Ooh. Oh, we could get Yao Ming. But Tracy McGrady. Give me McGrady. McGrady at that shooting guard. Oh, it's already over. Dallas in the... Ooh. Okay. We might be fucked here. Let's go with Derek Harper at the point guard. Come on. We need a dominant center here. Cleveland in the 90s. Oh, fuck. Yeah, let's go Brad here. Damn it. I know where it fucked up, too. I bet you it was the Harper and the center. Because look, we had three elite players. That's a new big three right there. McGrady, LeBron, and Bird. Come on. Come on. I mean, you mean to tell me that that big three doesn't win a fucking championship? Come on. Oh, wait. You guys wanted me to go back? All right, so we're doing Hoop IQ now. All right, so this time we get no stats. We're only going based off names. Oof. And we're starting off on a worst one. Change the era. I know with Phoenix we can get a good era. We'll be... Yep, there we go. Much better. Phoenix in this era. In the 20s. You guys already know the name I'm looking for. Kevin Durant, put him at the power forward. The Lakers in the 20s. Ooh. Lakers in the 20s. Oh, no. Uh-oh. I mean, it's pretty obvious. Hi, LeBron. So we have KD and LeBron. How the hell are we not already winning? Washington in the 2000s. Ooh. Change the team. Come on. Give me a better team. Chicago. Ooh. Oh, but they didn't have shit in 2000. Where's Derek? Derek Rose. I mean, come on. Look at this team. This is already the new big three. KD, LeBron, Derek Rose. Come on. You mean to tell me this team isn't dropping points? Oh, we gotta go with we gotta go with Phoenix in 2000. Wait, didn't Shaq play? Yeah, Shaq. I mean, come on. If this team doesn't go 82-0, I'm pissed. Oh, you fuckers. Oh, you bastards. You wanna know why I'm mad about this? Because Dirk. If we had Dirk, it would have been game over. But we do have Luca. How? You mean to... Alright, hold on. Now I'm mad. Now I'm fucking pissed. You mean to tell me this squad right here doesn't fucking go 81 and 1 at least? Nah, what a bunch of bullshit. God damn it. Especially Shaq. Shaq should be like a hidden gem. Yeah, we're doing another. Screw it. We're gonna do a couple rounds of these. This game's stupid. I blame you guys. You fuckers wanted me to do this fucking challenge here. Give me a different fucking era at least. No. No, you wanna keep me in this era. I'll find someone. Don't you worry. My eyes are open now. Although I might need a different team. Yeah, give me a different team. Well, that's not any better. Jesus Christ. Uh, can we automatically call this a loss already? Because this is... Go with Bill Walton at least. Maybe he does something. Cleveland in the 90s. Ooh. Refresh it and pray to God we get... Okay. Now we can work with this. Alright, thank God. We can go Donovan Mitchell. Go Kevin Love. I'm just kind of quick looking here. We can go Kevin. Or no, who balled out for Cleveland recently? It was Mitchell, right? Yeah, you want to go Donovan Mitchell here, right? See, he was balling out. Put him at the shooting guard. Just in case. Phoenix in this... Dude, we're getting fucked here. Shit. Trying to remember. Let's go Stan McKenzie, I guess. I already can tell this team ain't winning. This is going to be the worst fucking team of all time. You know what? We're going to build the worst team of all time. Carl's Boozer. Get your ass at the power forward. I'm already irritated. Oh, fuck it. We already lost. Yep. Yep, we're in the lottery. Jesus Christ. All right, one more. Last one. Denver 2000. Ooh. Fuck. Allen Iverson, Carmelo Anthony. You have young Jokic. Oh, fuck. No, Jokic ain't on here, so it's either Melo or Iverson. I gotta go with Carmelo. I can't. If I don't go with Melo, I would be getting yelled at. Cause look, Melo had better stats than Iverson that year. I remember that. Those two were on a team together. Melo was the better player. Iverson was just giving assists like crazy. That I remember. So we gotta go with Carmelo. Milwaukee in the 90s? Ooh. This might be a stretch. Give me a different era. If I can get at least the thousands. No, fuck. Yeah, we're screwed. Give me Greg Smith. Put him at power forward. We already lost again. Son of a bitch. Phoenix in the 10s. Oh, okay. We can go Stoudemire, Nash. We can go Stoudemire, Nash. Wait a minute. No, Shaquille was in. Wasn't Shaquille O'Neal in the Suns? No, he wasn't. Shit. Go Vince Carter. But I think the smart move would be Nash at point guard. Houston in the 80s. There's only one guy I know from Houston in the 80s, and that was him. Denver in the 2000s. See, look, it all turned around. God damn it. See, look, we got AI. You mean to tell me even with the Dream Duo, we didn't get the job done? Of AI and Mello? God damn it. I kind of want to do one more with stats. Because I have a feeling we can do it with the stats. All right, last one. Let's go. 82-0. Let's do it. Memphis in the 10s. Let's go Rudolph. Let's put him at the power forward. Pacers in the 90s. There's only one real choice here, and that's Reggie Miller at the shooting guard. Philadelphia in the 70s. I mean, Julius Erving. One of the most elite guards of all time. Washington in the 80s. Give me a different team. Shit. Let's go Danny Ainge. We'll put him at point guard. Indiana in the 20s. Damn it. Fuck. Well, you want to know who's ruled out of this is fucking Halliburton. Because he was hurt. That and we don't have a spot. What was Halliburton in this one? Tyrese. Does he even pop up? Or no, wait a minute. He's hurt, so he's not going to pop up. Damn it. Bunch of bullshit. I hate this challenge. Hey, we made the playoffs. That team will get smoked in the playoffs. One more. I'm addicted now, and this is what you fuckers have done to me. You wanted to skip over around the diamond? This is what you get. I did? Oh. Fuck it. All right, the Pelicans in the 2000s. That was back when they were the original Hornets. Um, I mean, Chris Paul. He was the main reason for the Hornets being relevant back in the day. Utah in the 20s. Donovan Mitchell. Put him at shooting guard. I know, I'm going to be playing this for days. That's the problem. Detroit in the Oh, you can't do that to me. You can't fucking do that to me, god damn it. You can't do this to me. God damn it. Give me Grant. This is bullshit. We haven't had Miami once. I mean, come on. Come on, you know who we're picking. Timmy Duncan. Brooklyn in the 10s? Change teams. I want... There's one team I want in the 10... It's over. We won. Dynasty. Mostly because LeBron was dropping 26. Alright, are we getting sick of this, or do you guys actually want... Part of me just wants to do... I want to keep going until I get it. Another part of me is like, alright, you gotta stop, because now you're getting annoyed. How about one more? I promise this is the last one we're doing, because these guys are yapping in my ear that I can't get 82-0. Alright, last one. They said I need to get the hidden gem. Who the fuck's the hidden gem? I gotta get the hidden gem. Who the fuck's the hidden gem? I mean, here, I would go Chris Bosh at power forward, even though Tracy McGrady was right there. Miami in the 90s? Ooh, no, wait a minute. Hit different era. And pray to God it lands in... His name is Bam Adebayo. Bam Bam Adebayo. I mean, come on. Oh, give me a different team of the 70s at least. Just give me something. Boston in the 70s. Okay, I can work with Boston in the 70s. We'll go with Horvath here. Small forward. We can move them around, right? Yeah. Dallas, I mean, Luka. Luka. Sacramento in the 60s? There was no one good in Sacramento in the 60s. Whatever. All right. The show is getting boring now. Like, if you guys want to check this out for yourselves, there's a site called 82-0. You guys can try it yourselves. Apparently, it took CMW 3 days to do it. It's gonna take me a while to do it. I'll tell you what. The minute I do it, I'll post the results on our Twitter. All right. All right. Get this off my screen. We're a sports show, for Christ's sakes. We're sitting here fucking. Yes, I'm getting irritated. God damn it. You fuckers wanted me to do a show. This is what happened. See, this is why you can never trust the people that you work with. Because these sons of bitches. It's insane. Like, they're sitting over here. Look at now he's attempting the challenge. I swear to God, if he gets it, I'm done. If he doesn't, I'm ending the show right away. I'm not kidding. Try me, fucker. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's not so simple, is it? Yeah, you got fucked over, didn't you? Dickhead. Fuck you. Yeah, show the result on the screen. 74-8. You could suck my ass. If it wasn't for that center, you probably would have had it. Although the 19 rebounds per game, that kind of saved you. But still, fuck you. Show off. He's a prick. Alright, 74-8. That's a pretty good record. So wait a minute, what was the clip that you guys saw? Apparently there was a clip that you can go 82-0 if you got who? If you got Kareem? Was it Kareem or Wilt? Because someone said if you got either one of those, you were going 82-0 no matter what. Like you could have the crappiest lineup and you would. So there's a website called 82-0, Desi. For those of you that are confused, there's a site called 82-0. Pretty much you try to get the best record overall with the basketball team, just based on stats. It's ridiculous. Okay, so we do have some news here. We are doing fantasy football again this year. For those of you that don't know, we did fantasy football last year. For those of you that have no idea what the hell we're talking about, yeah, because Wilt was insane back in the day. So yeah, you would have to win with that. I feel like. So yes, we are doing fantasy football again this year. Pretty much, we don't have the draft set yet. We're probably gonna set it for July or August. For those of you that need a little bit of history with this league, pretty much last season, it came down to. I mean, it was pretty much the four of us. It was me, Ross, Noble, and Peyton. Ross beat me in the championship, so he won. He got a championship ring and a $25 gift card to Amazon. We're starting to hand out prizes now that we're having some fun with this league. I'm just looking over the years. Apparently, we skipped 2024 somehow. But yeah, I pretty much won almost every single year until Ross beat me last year. But then again, my players are all fucking injured. He destroyed me just in the first week. I didn't really have anyone. But yeah, so we're doing fantasy football again this year. We're probably gonna post about it, see who's interested. We're gonna open it up a little bit. I know that Desi said that she's gonna join, so that's gonna be interesting to watch her try and do this. So it's gonna be what, 5 of us already? I would like to get at least 8, just to make it interesting. But if we can only get like 6 or something, I'll be happy with that. I think it's gonna be fun. I think we're gonna have a good time. What was my team last year and how'd I lose? Fuck. I went 7-7. See, this is the funny part. I went 7-7 and somehow made it to the championship game. Peyton went 8-6. Ross went 9-5. Noble went 4-10. My team was like, I mean, here, I'll put it on screen. I don't care. Like, yeah, enlarge it if you can. So yeah, this was pretty much my team last year. I had Josh Allen, Jackson Dart, Derrick Henry, Jonathan Taylor. I even had the best kicker in the thing, which was I had Saquon. I had a pretty damn good team, and somehow it flopped. That's the most random part. Is like I could have random ass teams, and somehow I still would. Like yeah, I mean, like go to Ross's team. Like somehow this team won the championship. It was, of course, he had his guy. He had Brock Purdy, Bijan Robinson, James Cook. I mean, he had himself an elite team here. His bench was stacked. He had one of the best defenses in the league. So yeah, we're gonna have some fun. Probably the same prize, which is a championship ring and a $25 gift card. Again. I only gave. You see, here was the funny part, right? Is I gave Ross an Amazon card because I didn't know what place he usually goes to. So I'm gonna ask the winner like whatever place they go to, which it's either gonna be like Walmart or Target or whatever place that they like, they can get the money for. But I know a lot of people shop on Amazon, so that's the prize this year is a $25 gift card and a championship ring. And for those of you that think that we don't pay out the championship ring, trust me, we did. We sent it right to Ross's address in Chicago. He sent a photo. So it's real. It's a real thing. I know I have my championship ring. I'm looking for revenge this year. I'm getting revenge. It's gonna be my year. Gonna turn all around. I already have in mind who I'm drafting. And if anyone drafts them, it's gonna be a witch hunt. But alright, so alright, enough of this crap. The only reason I bring up fantasy football is because I want to see who's interested and who would actually be interested in joining. If so, please get a hold of me somehow, whether Discord or whatever, and we'll talk it out. But any other news coming across the sports wire before we end this? I'm not gonna lie, that was a fun show. CMW did fantastic today. Might have a new what was I gonna say? Might have a new expert that we could drag on from time to time. That's what I meant to say. Sorry. So, what? I'm always down to talk footy and basketball. All right. I'll keep that in mind when we get towards all the other good stuff. See, I'm just trying to think. I'm just making sure that there's nothing else before we end. There was no other piece of news that we needed to cover or anything like that. It's all. All right. Good deal. Yeah, fuck it. Here's my question before we end the show. Did they ever recover that soccer ball that went flying? Like, did anyone else? Did you guys watch the video on that? About the soccer ball that went flying? I gotta pull up that clip one more time. We gotta end on a good note, so give me that fucking clip again. Give me the latest in the World Cup here. First off, okay, hold on. I got two problems. I got two major problems. Number one, this little fucking cat right here. How come this cat has a better car than we do? Like, look at this. Like, look at this little guy. Play the clip. Look at him. He's just rolling down the street. But his owner's got to get him water. For Christ's sakes, the poor little thing needs water. Look at him. But still, that is cool. You gotta admit, that is awesome. And then what was the other thing that we were seeing? Oh yeah, about the inflatable, this one. Yeah, look at this. Apparently, one of the balls got loose and went flying. There's a sentence I never thought I'd say on the air. All right, can we wrap this up? This show has been a clusterfuck today, but it's been fun. I'm glad we didn't do Around the Diamond, actually, because to be honest with you, if we did Around the Diamond, I was probably going to be depressed because of the fucking Mets. But, all right. All right, what do you think? Let's end it. All right, we'll end it. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. A reminder that BW Radios are on Tuesdays until July when we return with more RWO's War. And make sure you guys check out the Wrestler Podcast every Monday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time right here on YouTube. Make sure you guys check out all of our sponsors below, including tpublic.com, where you guys can get the latest in BW Radio merch. Check out our throne list on how you guys can support the channel. Also, check out our Twitch channel. We'll be live later today playing FIFA 26. And on Honor of the World Cup, we'll play today's matchups. And just spending time with our chat, of course. But yeah, make sure you folks check it out. We're going to have some fun there playing FIFA 26. We're probably going to do the World Cup matchups and then do the My Team stuff, the Ultimate Team or whatever the hell it's called. So, but all right, we're going to get out of everyone's hair today. Thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you guys next week right here on BW Radio, the #1 Syracuse Sports Radio right here on YouTube. Peace out, everyone. We'll see you then.